Friends, I recently did a big haul from Makeup Revolution because they had a super great sale, and I wanted to show you how some of the products worked well on the face, and I thought this could be a good opportunity. Also, I got the new Lancôme Juicy Shaker and it is divine. I absolutely love it. One of my favorite products of all time. I know that's a big thing to say even though it's new, but oh my gosh, I love this. This is everything I want. I'll explain later in the video and you'll see how it applies. I'm wearing it right now. And I also just haven't done a tutorial on the English channel for a while, and I thought this could be a fun way to do a little tutorial. There's so much noise going on in the background, so I think someone's moving next door. Not really sure. This is a fresh peach summer look that is quick to do, even if you have a little one like I do. I love you all very, very much, and hopefully you'll love this video.
As always, I'm going to start off by attaching my hair back with a bobby pin, and then I'm going to go in with a primer. This is the Pro Primer Aqua Priming Base from Makeup Revolution. Any foundation they put on top of this goes on so much more smoothly. I'm really, really surprised, and normally because there's oils, I'd say not for oily skin, but for some reason this doesn't make my skin any more oily at all during the day, and I have combination skin. Coming in with the Erase Paste by Benefit, this is the concealer that I absolutely needed after having a baby because it helps cover those under eye circles super, super well. It does have a tacky finish, so you will need to set it with powder if you don't want it to crease throughout the day, but I noticed that once I do set it with powder, it works really well. Here I put on a bit too much, so I'm trying hard to blend it all in. And this is a really funky brush I bought off of eBay that I've seen a lot of bloggers talking about. And well, I'm gonna be really honest with you guys, like for this concealer, I don't like the way it applies. I tried it with a different foundation today and it was a bit better, but I think it's more of a gadget, like more of a gimmicky product than anything extra special. I don't know, I'll keep playing around and tell you more soon. And then I'm going to come in with my foundation. This is the Revlon Color Stay 24 Hours in the color Buff. On my skin, this foundation is super long lasting, and again, with the primer, it applies beautifully. Without the primer, it sometimes looks a teensy bit cakey on my face, but the primer definitely fixes that. I'm going to apply it with this purple blending brush that I again got off of eBay for super cheap. I think like €1.13 or something ridiculous like that. It's supposed to be a dupe for the Real Technique sponge, which I have not tried, but compared to all the other beauty blender type dupes, this one has definitely swelled up the most when I got it wet, and it's definitely the softest and most bouncy of any dupe I've tried so far, which is pretty exciting. I personally don't want to spend €17 on a brush or a sponge that I'm going to have to throw out after 6 months. So I got sent this really awesome powder brush from Sephora. This is the number 61. It is super dense, picks up product very, very nicely, and applies it in a way that's very covering, but at the same time it looks very natural. It blends out really well onto the skin. And personally, I really like to take it and just kind of diffuse any blush or powder that I've already put on my face, any bronzer. It kind of gets rid of the harsh lines. Here I've got the Rimmel Matte Perfect. I do like this powder, but it's not quite as awesome as the Healthy Balance by Bourjois. That one is just my all-time favorite powder, and I've never found one that quite lives up to it. This one has a much more sheer coverage. And then I have the Makeup Revolution Golden Sugar 2 palette. The number 1 Golden Sugar is apparently one of their best-selling palettes. I haven't tried it, but I understand why. This palette is freaking gorgeous, wonderfully pigmented, and the powders are so, so soft. It's ridiculous, but they also don't have any fallout, which is really wonderful. I'm taking the peach shade here, and I'm going to use the Wayne Goss technique that I saw in one of his videos recently, where you start on the outer edge and you come down onto your cheekbone, and then you apply in like light circles right about the middle of your cheek. And of course, I'm going to blend that out a bit. This definitely helps prevent from getting the blush too close to my nose, and I really like the overall look this gives. That's exactly how I like to wear my blush, so I'm really happy he showed us that technique. It's pretty awesome. Coming in with another favorite from Makeup Revolution, I'm just taking the top color here. This is their Vivid Shimmer Brick in Rose Gold, and I'm applying it to the points in my face that I would like to highlight. It has such a creamy, gorgeous texture. It's definitely one of the nicest drugstore powders I've ever touched in my entire life. I can't believe how like soft and buttery this is. It's really, really nice, and I would definitely recommend this. They also have another Shimmer Brick color that's supposed to be for lighter skin tones. I kind of just like to use the whole thing overall as a blush, or I use individual colors for eyeshadows, for highlights, as you can see I'm doing here. Love this stuff. Now I'm going to take the second and the third color and I'm going to mix those together, and that is going to be my eye color today because I think it makes a nice, very coppery color, which is really good for making green eyes pop. And I'm just going to apply a wash of color here all over the lid and blend that in really well. I also am going to take the Zoeva blending brush just to blend it in a teensy bit more because that will help the overall eye look a bit more professional. I know it's just one color and people often don't blend when there's just one color, but I think it makes all the difference and definitely makes the look a little bit more cohesive, gets rid of harsh lines, and it makes it a bit more soft, which is the look I'm going for today. For the eyebrows, I'm testing out for the first time today the Makeup Revolution Ultra Aqua Brow Tint. This is supposed to be a dupe for Makeup Forever's waterproof brow tint, and this is absolutely lovely. I'm showing it here on the back of my hand. That is the color Light. Obviously, that's not super light. If you're blonde, this might be a bit dark for you, especially if you have really light lashes. I'm just going to draw the outsides of my eyebrows here, and then I'm going to fill them in. Now, I do find that this lasts all day, which is absolutely lovely. The color is slightly more warm than I would like. It does match my hair color, which makes it totally workable, but I personally like when eyebrow colors are a little bit on the cold side, a little bit on the cooler side. But it works overall, and I'm pretty happy with it. I just do need to practice a bit more and get my technique down. But otherwise, it's a really good product and does stay the whole day like it promises. Obviously, these brows are a little too intense to wear in public, so I'm going to come in with a spoolie. This one's from e.l.f. I'm going to tell you right off the bat, I don't really like this spoolie. It does the job. It diffuses the product well, softens the brows, but it also really exfoliates my eyebrows because this brush is pretty hard, so it does, like, I don't know, it feels like it scrapes the skin a teeny bit, and as you can see behind my eyebrows, as I'm pulling through, it's getting more and more red. Next, I'm curling my eyelashes with this curler from Shiseido, but quite frankly, the one from Kiko is just as good. So whether you're on a budget or not, I would definitely recommend the Kiko one because it does the job just as well. They're really similarly shaped. If your eyes are a bit larger like mine are, both of them are really good and they avoid extra unnecessary pinching. And I'm going to follow that up with a mascara that I don't like very much. It's the new Lash Sensational, the one that's in a black tube, and I really like the original Lash Sensational. I love like all Maybelline mascaras, but this one just doesn't cut it for me. It does make my lashes look darker, thicker, longer, but it's really hard not to clump up the formula while you're working it in because it just dries so quickly. It dries like as you're pulling the product through, and so it's like clumping as you're going. I don't know. I'm not a fan of it. And then it also makes your lashes extra crispy feeling. Definitely not the ideal mascara for me, but I can absolutely see why other people would like it. Last but not least, for my lips, I am going for Lancome's new Juicy Shaker in the shade Grapefruit. This was sent to me and it smells just like grapefruit. Absolutely awesome. It is a tinted oil for your lips, so keep that in mind. I read some reviews where people were really upset that it wasn't a gloss. It's an oil. It's an oil. And it has a cushion applicator, like we're seeing in a lot of Asian cosmetics at the minute, a lot like those cushion foundations. It feels super nice on your lips. You do need to dab it on, and that definitely helps it apply better than just sliding it on your lips, I guess. And I also feel like that'll make the applicator last longer. It leaves a really pretty stain on your lips, and you can build up the pigmentation by going in and dabbing again. I personally love this, especially because I have super dry lips. Having oils on my lips really helps with that, especially as we're changing seasons here. So it's definitely a product I would recommend, but do keep in mind it's not supposed to be a lipstick, it's not supposed to be a lip gloss, it is a lip oil. Also, Lisa Eldridge was the brain behind this product, and I love Lisa Eldridge, so yay! This is the final look. It doesn't take very long to do, especially if you practice several times. I do this look pretty frequently, so I've got it down to an art now, and I can go through it pretty quickly, which I guess would be my tip for any mom trying to do makeup, is just practice a lot the same look and you'll be able to do it much more quickly.
Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please subscribe. That would be cool. Then you'll see more of my videos, and hopefully I'll be coming back and doing English videos a little bit more often than I have been in the past. I took a break because I've actually been working on a French channel, and the link to the French channel will be down in the info bar below. I love you all, and I can't wait to see you next time. Ciao!